Albert Wesker is one of the greatest anime villains of all time. Anime game, I guess? I don't know. He's the perfect villain. And he had the perfect ending to a villain's arc, too, in Resident Evil 5. I fucking loved it. I hope he makes a comeback, honestly. I hope he's not actually dead. That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy plot twist for a Resident Evil game. That Albert Wesker this whole time is just like his head is being kept alive in a tank or something. Let's get into his lore. His story explained. Let's go from HeY DeVuH. Okay. I'll give it a like.
Die, Chris.
Man,
so
I replayed that part so many times trying to get a perfect run, trying to unlock everything. Eventually, I did it. I did do it. I unlocked everything in Resident Evil 5. Every achievement, everything.
The many Resident Evil fans out there, we all remember Albert Wesker,
I do.
The egotistical megalomaniac who was held
Resident Evil is actually my favorite franchise, believe it or not.
on becoming the god of the RE universe, as we watch him be part of the RPD Stars team to becoming the superhuman figure and be that perfect stereotypical villain that we had to eliminate, giving us a fun overall time.
You are only delaying the inevitable.
I'm going up against this monster. Anyways, what is up you guys, this is HeY DeVuH, and in this video we'll break down how Albert Wesker was a perfect villain.
I like this line down here. Ensuring complete global saturation.
For his particular role, as we quickly cover how he became who he is and the terrible repercussion of his enhanced superhuman powers could have cost the Resident Evil world, where we cover some of his most important moments, his overall psyche, and the rationale for his actions, and his largest role in Resident Evil 5. Anyways, before we get started with the video, please feel free to like and subscribe for more Resident Evil content in the future. Alright, so starting off, let's cover the early days of Albert Wesker, where he's known to be part of the eugenics experiment which was called
This is part of the Resident Evil 5 DLC, I'm pretty sure.
Project Wesker, which was headed by none other than Oswald E. Spencer, one of the founding members of the Umbrella Corporation. With the rationale to this project was to create a superior breed of human beings. So this would have children who was taken from their families and brought up in an environment that would nurture to their desired field of expertise and would constantly be monitored by Umbrella. Also, with some digging around the Resident Evil lore, these children were injected with an experimental progenitor viral strain in their younger years, causing most of the child candidates to die. But the surviving members, which included both Albert and Alex Wesker, were able to
I wonder if Fauci had anything to do with it.
Adapt to this strain and pursue their eugenics goal that Spencer has always wanted, becoming highly successful in their preferred line of field, in which in this case had Albert Wesker become this brilliant virologist and ending up working for the Umbrella Corporation, becoming acquainted with another virologist by the name of William Birkin.
Yeah, he was playing Plague Inc. IRL.
The man who created the G virus, as they went on for many years doing countless inhumane viral research projects that even led to the coup of one of Umbrella's main founders, Dr. James Marcus.
Oh, time to die, Doctor.
I will take over your research.
Wesker, Birkin.
So in the later part of the 1990s, Albert Wesker was still working for
My dog was barking, I had to shut her up. The old-fashioned way, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I just had to go and tell her to shut up.
Umbrella, but had the facade of becoming the leader of the STARS Alpha team of Raccoon City's police department, with this becoming one of the main plot points that has caused the decimation of the STARS team from Resident Evil 1, where we had Chris, Jill, and the many other members investigate the Spencer Mansion in the Arklay Mountains, being monitored by Wesker to acquire more research and combat data from his unsuspecting colleagues. Also during this time, Albert has been given another experimental progenitor viral strain by William Birkin, so when an unsuspected twist of fate happened when the tyrant supposedly killed Albert, he was back alive and well shortly after, which is a feat in itself considering the tyrant impaled him straight in the middle of his back and abdomen, which would have not only destroyed his spinal column, but eviscerated the many organs of his body.
Yeah, how about that? I still haven't played this version of Resident Evil 1. I played a little bit of it on the channel, but I didn't finish it. I probably got like a quarter way through it. I really need to go back and play it again, which I will. I will sometime soon. I'm going to go through all of the mainline Resident Evil games and some of the side games, just like Charlie's doing right now, but I'm waiting for his little thing to finish. Not really. I'm not really waiting for that. It'll just be sometime after he finishes his.
I will never forget the cold, dark fingers of death reaching
I'm also gonna get into Silent Hill.
out for me. However, even that death was a necessary component of the big picture. The virus that Birkin had created brought me back from the brink of annihilation. When I awoke, hatred became my master.
But luckily for him, the viral strain that he was given has granted him his new life, becoming this instantaneous superhuman being, capable of doing the things that we can only imagine. With some of the early examples of this was his superhuman speed when running through the Arklay Mountains in Umbrella Chronicles, with his next appearance was in Code Veronica, but this time, more of his superhuman feats was
I didn't play Code Veronica either. That's another one I'm gonna have to play. Out of all the Resident Evils that I've played, I haven't played Code Veronica. I've even played Dead Aim. I've even played the Survivor games. Umbrella Chronicles, was it called the Dark Side Chronicles? I played those too.
shown many times during our journey in this game, with the biggest example was when both him and Chris fought, where again displaying his superhuman speed and strength.
This makes so much sense now. This is why Chris started doing steroids and punching rocks. It's because he got his ass handed to him by Wesker.
Anymore.
I had no idea.
But just
it all
look
makes
at
sense.
The power I've gained.
That's a Tekken ass finisher right there.
Magnificent, don't you think?
But the biggest blow would happen when Chris outsmarts him for a quick moment, causing the large beams of steel falling directly on top of Wesker, which I looked up and saw some of these beams may weigh around 17,000 pounds or more each.
That's
but
crazy,
even then,
man.
it still wasn't enough to keep Wesker down. As we watch him rise from the trauma, with the most noticeable effect to him was just him staggering for a bit.
I had no idea that this even happened. I'm glad I watched this video. Because I thought they fought for the first time in Resident Evil 5. I had no idea that this was the first bout that they had. This might not have even been the first. I don't know.
Nice try, Wesker.
So with this in mind, we get a small taste of what Wesker can do, which would later be fully fleshed out in Resident Evil 5.
Yep, beautiful game.
Today's your lucky day.
Dude, people hated it when it came out. I fucking loved it. I loved Resident Evil 5.
Next time. Until we meet again.
That fire that's burning around him, that's foreshadowing right there.
As we watch him not only be like Neo from the Matrix, but his overall psyche and ego may have gotten the best of him, which I'll discuss more in depth in a bit later in the video. Anyways, as we move on to RE5, we get a chance to find out that Wesker again is doing his regular shenanigans, causing another catastrophe by spraying the Ouroboros virus, which can cause people who doesn't adapt well to become like this.
Yeah, I think that Wesker could totally be like an out-of-control monster or something. Like, he didn't get completely out of control in Resident Evil 5 like a lot of the monsters do. I think that could totally happen. Like, he's still alive, but he's out of control somewhere. That'd be cool. Like, the end of Resident Evil Village, where the monster is just completely out of control and is devouring, decimating everything.
Looks like he wasn't worthy. Only the chosen ones are fit for the coming new world.
Priscilla, wait!
That was her name, Priscilla. Part of Tricell, which was just Umbrella. See, I know Resident Evil.
So with this premise in mind, we encounter him many times during this game, but his most notable superhuman features are fully highlighted, because we have Chris give us a recollection when him and Jill fought Wesker at the Spencer estate. But
dude, I cannot wait to play Resident Evil 5 on my channel, on my gaming channel. Link down there in the description. It's gonna be absolute cinema.
this time, we see this.
Oh yeah, he's way better than that last time.
Now Wesker is able to dodge bullets at a whim, truly living up to that Matrix role. Not only that, he's easily able to subdue both characters, using his superhuman strength to easily overthrow the former STARS members around. And mind you, this is the roided out, boulder punching version of Chris Redfield, so that alone shows how powerful he is. In the end, he proves to be too much of an adversary in this altercation, which again becomes a prevalent thing during his—
Bro, you just gotta keep going back, gotta keep trying over and over again, and eventually he'll get tired of it to the point where he starts going crazy, and this starts making mistakes, and boom, you got him. That's how villains work, every single time.
cutscenes in Resident Evil 5, where again we encounter him many more times. With each face-off, we see him do more feats of his insane moves. With one great instance is when we see him literally stop a rocket launcher shots with his bare hands and hold it in place. With the only noticeable comparison to this is a fully developed super tyrant from Resident Evil Damnation. Also, when Wesker did this feat, he was already injected with another serum that can cause some imbalances to his viral regulation, hampering him down a bit, but still, even this bogging him down, he was still a formidable adversary.
Yeah, and he was still, like, able to keep his wits about him. He was able to, like, keep his body mostly intact. Even in the part in the volcano, he was still, like, intact and able to keep in control of his mind and stuff like that. Like, this dude's fucking powerful. I don't believe he's actually dead. I think they'll bring him back eventually.
Isn't over, Chris.
With some of the best scenes and quick time event moments was when we fought him inside the cargo plane, and again, all of his moves are highlighted.
The ending of Resident Evil 5 actually does kick ass.
Your feeble attempts only delay the inevitable.
But man, this scene, whenever you're going through trying to complete everything, you have to do it over and over again. It's rough having to do it. And like, you gotta keep retrying over and over again if you don't get it perfect. It fucking sucks, man.
The entire world will be infected.
And for his final battle, he fully immerses himself with the Ouroboros, but unlike the rest of the people who were infected by this strain, he's able to adapt and use it with proficiency, not succumbing to his will and becoming a hybrid monster of sorts.
Yeah, he merges with the plane. Becomes part of the plane, or the plane becomes part of him.
To die, Chris.
Hold on, let me get this gem off the rock first.
Anyways, in the end, once
That
we're
was me
able to
every
finally
time.
subdue Wesker, we still see him kicking, even when half of his body is submerged in lava, still trying to
You
attempt
didn't
to
talk about Chris punching the rock. That's my favorite part.
eliminate Chris for the last time.
Yeah, he's just fucking nuts at this point. Chris ruined everything. Yeah, see, the lava's not doing anything to him. And he's been hit by so many rockets at this point where me thinks that rocket that hit him that while he's in the volcano doesn't kill him. I don't think so.
Chris, Shepard, use those.
The golden rocket launchers.
Ready, partner?
Locked and loaded.
Suck on this, Wesker.
Your time's up, you son of a bitch.
Didn't even hit him directly. You know? Like, I don't believe it.
So now after seeing Wesker's feats of superhuman abilities, it's easy to assume that he could have easily been the strongest BOW of sorts, possibly being able to take on any adversary in his way. So if you guys want me to do a versus video that has Wesker
That's why I think he ain't dead.
against some of your favorite Resident Evil monsters, please let me know your suggestions on the comment section down below. Anyways, back on topic, let's cover his overall psyche and egotistical nature, and how this could have played out in his eventual downfall. With his most profound trait is his obsession.
I think if they would have kept going with the Resident Evil 6 storyline, that they probably eventually would have brought Wesker back, because they got Wesker's son in that one. I think it's possible. I think it's extremely viable that it would happen.
Become a god in Resident Evil 5, doing anything necessary to achieve his goal and trampling over anyone, regardless if they were a friend or foe, with the best examples were Jill and Excella.
Albert! You said we change this world together! Oh, why?
I thought they were partners.
Wesker doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself.
That's usually how it goes with villains.
Also, what gets me is his rationale for his actions, thinking that he's saving the world, so that alone already plays in with a stereotypical villain.
That's so typical of a villain. You know, it's like Hassan Piker thinking that he's Luffy from One Piece. It's the same shit.
Who thinks too highly of themselves.
Why are you doing this? What do you accomplish by unleashing Ouroboros?
Every
It's
day,
actually a good one. I'm gonna start making that comparison. You know, Wesker thought he was a hero too.
humans come one step closer to self-destruction. I'm not destroying the world. I'm saving it.
Also, another stereotypical aspect that villains do that Wesker always follows is allowing the main protagonist to live over and over again, always explaining his actions instead of doing the finishing blow.
Yep,
But it's not a
typical
knock on
Bond
this
villain.
character at all, doing these many tirades in front of Chris, because that's what made Wesker stand out and great, almost making you hate him, and constantly adding more to that fuel with his constant grandiose view of himself. Maybe if he would just go back down to earth, he could have been a bit more level-headed and fought Chris in a more favorable setting by the end of Resident Evil 5, instead of trying to assimilate with the Ouroboros and the volcano.
Yeah, that right there shows how arrogant he was. Like when he stops the blade with his arm, he knows exactly his power, and it's just like, bro, you're letting your ego win. That was
area.
first
This
sign
would have
right there.
avoided him being defeated eventually.
Besides
But we
the whole, you are delaying the inevitable, that he says over and over again.
all knew he chose the latter and died due to his decisions. Anyways, in the end, Albert Wesker played the perfect villain for us to hate. From his cocky attitude and the superhuman abilities, he let us see what the potential of the viral strain can do if adapted by someone with the wrong intentions, giving us RE fans an antagonist like no other in the Resident Evil universe. Anyways, what do you guys think overall about Wesker, and what were your favorite moments with him?
I like him.
Please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you
Yeah, I think he's a really good villain. I think they should bring him back in some kind of crazy way, like head in a jar kind of thing. That'd be really cool, I think.
guys enjoyed the content, please feel free to hit that notification bell icon so you guys can be alerted when I upload my next video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my Albert Wesker video, and as always, you guys have a great rest of your day, and this is HeY DeVuH, signing out.
DeVuH, okay. Yeah, this guy's video is awesome, man. I got him linked down there in the description. You should totally check him out. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. I'm definitely going to dive into some more Resident Evil lore in the coming weeks. I'm just preparing for that Resident Evil 9 drop. See you in the next one.